We are going to have another couple show up here in just a couple of minutes. In the interim, you can take a look at this very handsome face, which is the result of many years of breeding in the Cherokee Nation and the Irish of County Cork in Ireland. If I knew French, I could recite the French alphabet for you, but I don't know French. There we go. Yeah. Who is the West High grad here?
Well, actually, I went to West High with a lot of these people, but I didn't graduate from West High. I came tonight as a guest of Wayne Whitcomb's.
Oh, that's fine. That was wonderful. Well, where are you from?
Arkansas City.
Arkansas City. And what have you been doing since you went to West High?
Well, for the last 13 years, 12 years, I've been a counselor at Ark City Middle School.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
And so, do you have children, grandchildren?
We have two children, a daughter, 25, her name is Tiffany, and a son who is 14 named Ian.
That's wonderful. Well, let me ask you, when you were at West High, did you have a particular teacher or a particular memory that you remember from there?
My favorite teacher at West High was, I'm blanking on his name right now. He taught government, and he really inspired me to learn and grow.
That's wonderful.
And I'll have to think about that.
Well, I understand. I forget a lot of them, too. We're glad you came. Even though you didn't graduate, you still went to West High. You're still part of the West High family and always will be. And so I hope you enjoy the evening.
We're going to have a great time.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Right here? Yeah, right there. Right in there with him. All right. And who is the West High grad?
I am. Jim Watts.
Jim who?
Watts.
And what have you been doing since you left West High, Jim?
Working and then retiring, having a grandson, moving from Wichita to St. Louis to San Antonio to Reno to Los Angeles and now San Francisco. I don't think I can get any further west.
Not further west than San Francisco.
Exactly.
No.
Exactly.
Well, I'm glad that you came. Well, let me ask you, do you have a favorite teacher or memory from West High?
There are too many memories to go into right now because most of them I probably couldn't replicate right here in a very few minutes. Teachers, no. Lots of friends. Obviously, that's one of the reasons that we come. Been to every reunion since we started. And the main reason we come is for the friends that we've had and the friends that we continue to make. We make new acquaintances each and every time we come. And just really enjoy coming. I wish more of our classmates would come, actually.
So do we. It's almost like a family anymore, you know. Well, listen, we're glad that you came. We're glad that you come to all the reunions, and we hope to see you at the next one.
Okay.
Have a good evening.
I don't know, I wasn't here when you came. I was home looking for the speech that was
That's your question, Rick. You need to confiscate this. Man, that's your man.
What about over here? Okay, both of you West High grads, why don't you tell us,
Hi, Donna.
tell us who you are and what you've been doing since you left West High, and bring us up today. Where are you living?
Derby, Kansas, out in the country around Derby.
And what is your name?
James Doyle Brown.
And what was your name?
Debbie Brown.
Debbie Brown.
It was Debbie Peacock.
And you're a West High grad also?
Yes,
66.
66.
Aha. And what are you doing now since you left West?
Have ABC rent-own furniture and appliances.
Okay.
And I'm a dental hygienist.
Dental hygienist. Do you have children, grandchildren?
Oh, yeah.
2 girls, 2 daughters, and 6 grandchildren.
That's wonderful. Do you have a special memory or a special teacher that you remember from West High?
Well, yeah, there was a lot of them, but a couple of them come to mind: Jim McNerney, Ed Crewell, Jerry Bubb. those guys.
She's a neighbor of ours.
Well, I'm glad that you came, and I hope to see you again at the next reunion. And you have a good evening.
We're always here at the reunion.
That's wonderful. Have a good evening.
Thank you.
And we got some more people over here.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we got.
Is that Manuel?
Yeah, that's John Manuel.
Is that John Manuel?
I'm not part of this class.
You're not part of them? Oh, okay. Come here, and we're going to stand right here, and I want you to tell me who you are and what you've been doing since you left West High School and where you're living.
I live on the west side of Wichita. I'm Glenda Terry. What else do you ask me?
Well, what have you been doing since you left West High?
Oh, I work at a real estate company.
Selling real estate?
No, I'm just an administrative person.
I see, I see. Married?
Divorced.
Divorced?
Yes.
You better be careful in a room like this. These guys were 20 years younger. You'd be like a big bucket of KFC, you know. Well, I'm glad that you came.
I'm glad to be here.
Do you have a special memory or a special teacher from West High that you are going to remember?
No, I don't
No
think so.
special memory, just getting out of the place.
Yeah, right.
Well, we're glad you came.
Thank
Enjoy
you.
the evening.
Thank you.
Okay, why don't you introduce yourself and tell us who you are and where you're living?
I'm John Long. I'm still living here in Wichita, down on 2303 Dallas.
And what have you been doing, John, since you graduated from West?
Well, I went and did military right after graduation. I was in the Navy for 3 years. Upon my return, quiet, Ron. Upon my return, I went to work for Central Service, a plastic wholesale company, for about 15 years. Mm-hmm. And then we sold out, and so then I went to work at Raytheon Aircraft. Been there ever since.
Been a Raytheon. Well, let me ask you, did you marry, have any children?
Yes, I married a gal, Carol Ramsey, that was West High student in '66. She had 4 kids. I raised the 4 kids, and then we got divorced. I've been single ever since.
I see. Do you have any grandchildren?
There's 8.
That's a nice number, 8 of them. Well, listen, do you have any special memories, or do you remember a particular teacher at West High that you care to share with us?
Well, Mr. Brett's my algebra teacher and also football coach. I remember him quite well. J.M. Suter, which was our sheet metal class teacher. He made quite an impression on me when I was there at West.
That's great. Nice to remember those people. Well, listen, you're late, but there's still a few bites of food left, so why don't you enjoy yourself for the evening, and we'll look to see you. We'll look to see you at the next reunion.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Who I am? I'm
Yeah.
Marva Lee.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Oh, you've been there?
Janet.
Who are you?
Marva Lee.
Marvelly who?
Conant Hewen.
And you went to West High School?
I did.
You graduated?
In 64.
Some of us got GEDs, but that's all right. You know. But anyway, you graduated in 64. What have you been doing since then?
Well, having a family. Hi, Diane.
Stay off
Good
camera,
to see
please.
you.
We're not done here.
I have a family and grandbabies, and
What are you doing for a living?
I was a retouch artist at a photo lab for years, and I'm retired now.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, do you have a special memory or a special teacher that you remember?
Oh, I have lots of memories and lots of favorite teachers.
Do you?
Yeah,
Wow.
too many to talk
Well,
about.
listen, you go say hello to your friend.
I
She's
will.
going crazy
Yes,
over there.
went all through grade school even with her.
My name's Bob.
That's okay. It's legal. It's legal. You know. Why don't you introduce yourself and tell us who you are? And you're the West High graduate, I know, because from last night.
Yeah.
What's your name?
Marvin Mulligan. This is my wife, Christine.
Glad you come. Where are you coming from?
We live about 40 miles north of Seattle in Marysville. Little as possible.
Do you have any grandchildren or children?
We have 3 grandchildren now.
3 grandchildren. Do you have a favorite memory from West High or a favorite teacher?
Mr. Horton, be the auto mechanics teacher.
That guy's name has been mentioned a lot of times tonight. Well, we're so happy that you came and hope that you have a wonderful time tonight and look for you the next time.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Get right in here. All right. Would you identify yourself? Tell us who you are and who your escort is for the night.
My name's Rick Neal. Rick is my wife, Leslie.
Oh, we're glad that you came. What have you been doing, Rick, since you left West High?
Oh, done several things. I've taught college. I've been a farmer, been a beekeeper, just done a variety of different things.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Do you have grandchildren or children?
Oh, yes. Just found out today we're going to have another grandchild, so.
How many will that make?
4.
4. That's wonderful. Do you have a favorite memory or a favorite teacher from West High School?
Well, I suppose Sherman Nystrom's biology teacher would be my favorite teacher.
Well, that's great. That's wonderful. Well, listen, we're glad that you guys came, and we hope to see you at the next reunion. Thank you. Hold a minute.
Got it in there?
Yeah. Okay. What? Come over here. Tell us who you folks are.
I'm Jerry Walton, and this is my wife, Kay Walton.
And where are you from, Jerry?
We're from here in Wichita.
From Wichita. And what have you been doing since you left West High?
Well, staying out of trouble, mostly. And I shouldn't do that in West High.
Well, you had plenty of good company. Do you have any children or grandchildren?
Yes, we have 2 children, a boy and a girl, and we have 5 grandchildren.
5, that's a wonderful number. Do you have a favorite memory or a favorite teacher from West?
Well, yeah, Jerry Bupp was our old coach, and he just passed away about, probably 2 months ago. We all went to the funeral, but he was one of our good guys on the football team and basketball team.
Well, I'm glad to hear that you're here tonight, and I will hope that you enjoy yourselves, and we look forward to seeing you at the next reunion.
Okay. Thank you.
Oh, why don't you identify yourself and tell us who your escort is? I think you both are probably from West High School from the way it looks.
That's correct. I'm Dick.
You're in the light.
I'm Larry Ord, and this is my wife, Jean Ord. She was Jean Mick. We graduated together, and we went together 7 years before we got married, and we'll be married 38 years. We've got 1 daughter and 4 grandkids, and we're glad to be back at our 40th class reunion.
Well, where are you living now?
We live in Sallisaw, Oklahoma, which is right on the border of Arkansas. We're about 20 miles from Fort Smith, Arkansas.
I know the place very well. Well, tell me, do you have a favorite memory, either one of you? Who was your favorite teacher or favorite memory from West High?
Oh, that was 40 years ago. I don't know. One that I do remember is J.D. Schaus, my baseball coach.
Baseball coach, and who
Yes.
was yours, Gene?
I have no idea.
I know what you mean.
Happy to graduate.
Were we all? Were we all? Well, thank you so much for coming, and
Thank
have
you
an
very much.
enjoyable evening.
Thank you. Bye.
Right here, right here, right here. Oh, you want? Yes, I need to talk. I need to talk to you. Get a little closer. I ain't gonna bite you. I won't reach that far. There we go. Why don't you tell us who you are?
I'm Hank Busher.
And where are you from, Hank?
Just outside of New Orleans, Louisiana.
And what have you been doing since you left West High?
Well, the first thing I did, I went into the Navy, and then after that, I went into the New Orleans Public Schools, which was a little more dangerous than being in Somalia. After that, I went into the state medical board to investigate bad physicians, which is where I am now.
I see. Well, I'm glad somebody's looking into it. Well, tell me, are you married?
Never did.
Never married, okay.
I never did.
And do you have a favorite memory or a favorite teacher from West High?
Well, I certainly like Mrs. Thompson and Coach Denny Bretz.
Coach Bretz.
Yeah, tennis team coach.
He was also, if I remember right, the sophomore football coach, too.
Yeah, at one time. He took us to 8-0 in tennis in the City League.
Oh, he's quite a fellow. He's quite a fellow.
I love Bretz.
But I think he's still around somewhere. Well, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you very much.
Enjoy the... And here we have the Hires. Why don't you tell us who you are and where you're from?
My name is Phil. This is Jackie. We're from Farmington, New Mexico.
And Jackie, you are a West High grad too.
Yes, Jackie Ford, Hire.
Ford, okay. And you're from Farmington. And what have you guys been doing since you left West High?
Lots and lots of things since West High, but now currently I'm retired.
Retired.
Retired. Right.
Oh boy, don't you love it? Lots of golf. You go, girl. I tell you what. Well, children, grandchildren?
We have one child, one girl, and no grandchildren.
No grandchildren yet. Well, that'll come probably down the pike.
We hope.
We hope.
Do you? What is the favorite teacher, favorite memory from West High?
Oh, golly, there's so many. Favorite teacher?
Who, Jackie?
Gosh, y'all are probably going to laugh. Mrs. Hunter. Math. Not very
And
many.
you know, I can't remember.
Did you have one?
I really didn't have a favorite teacher.
Favorite memory, other than graduating out of
Well,
the
Mrs.
place?
Graduating.
Mrs. Dunlap, physiology. She was
good.
Yeah, she
very,
was
very good.
Yeah. Miss Sullivan.
Mrs. Sullivan was very, very good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's wonderful. Well, we're glad you guys came.
Thank you.
We'll look forward to having you at the next one.
Thank you.
Why don't you tell us who you are?
I'm Carol Carol Clausing. And this is my husband, Charlie. I'm the graduate.
Charlie.
He's my date.
And where are you living?
My husband, we live here in Wichita.
You having grandchildren?
We have, how many grandchildren? We have two. Two and one on the way.
What have you been doing since you left West High?
Oh my goodness, trying to stay out of trouble and not succeeding very well. And we both are just working and living in Wichita.
Do you have a favorite memory or a favorite teacher from West?
Let's see, my favorite teacher from West was, I had several, but one was Mrs. Hamilton, the math teacher.
Her name has been mentioned a few times. She must have been very, very good.
She was excellent. She really was. And but there were a number of them, but I do remember her the best.
Well, that's great. Well, listen, the two of you, glad you could come. Enjoy the evening, and we look forward to seeing you at the next reunion. Nice meeting you, Mr. Hope. Why don't you tell us who you are and who your escort is and where you're living right now?
I'm Donna Lanus Jensen, and my escort is my husband, Galen Jensen, and we're in Wichita.
You're living in Wichita, and are you have any grandchildren?
Two, a little girl and a little boy.
It's wonderful. And what have you been doing since you left West High School?
Working, living, like most people, having a good time growing.
That's wonderful. I've been doing this, seems like every reunion. Do you have a favorite teacher or a favorite memory that you would like to share from West High?
Wow. Right off the top of my head, memories would be of the kids. Teachers would be, who taught chemistry? The man that taught chemistry.
Golly, I don't have any idea who taught chemistry.
Well, Jim Curry was accounting, but the guy he was really cool, and I need to get my yearbook to figure that out.
I know what you mean. Well, we're so glad that the two of you came tonight. Enjoy the evening. We look for you at the next reunion. Nice meeting you, Mr. Jensen. Thank you. And here we have the Chestnuts, it looks like. Is that right?
Yeah.
Chestnuts.
Linda Layton.
Linda Layton. I remember this lady from Mayberry. It was a long time ago. And so what have you been doing since you left West High? Let's go over here so we can get you in the camera here. What have you been doing since you left West High?
I took care of children in a daycare center for a while, and take care of my mom. And
takes care of me.
Take care of my husband.
Well, I also know you're a practicing artist.
Yes, I did, and I brought some of my prints with me.
Well, that's wonderful. I want to see them tonight before the evening's over. You promise?
Yes.
Okay. Well, let me ask you this. You have grandchildren?
No.
No grandchildren. And do you have a favorite memory or a favorite teacher from West High School?
My art teacher, but I can't think of her name.
Was it Miss Slow? She was a wonderful, wonderful art teacher. I remember her too.
What I did.
She didn't like what anybody did. That's what made him good. Well, I'm so glad that you came, Linda, and always it's good to see you at these reunions. We hope to see you at the next one.
Hope so.
Okay, you two have a good evening. Nice meeting you, Mr. Chestnut.
Nice meeting you.
Have a good one. Well, I guess here is it's full of microphones. Have a good one. Okay, come right over here, folks. And we got another couple here from West High School. And why don't you tell us who you are and who your escort is?
Kathy Meyer Etheridge, and this is my husband, Bill.
Okay, Kathy, and what have you been doing since you left West High?
Been living a wonderful life. But basically, we're both accountants, and...
You're both accountants?
Right.
That's a wonderful profession, I know. Every month, I know.
Okay.
Well, do you have any grandchildren or children?
Yes, we have 2 daughters and 1 granddaughter.
And you live here in Wichita?
Yes, we live in Wichita.
Oh, that's great. Well, we're so glad that you were able to come. And do you have a favorite teacher or a favorite memory from West High?
Oh, my goodness. Well, oh, gosh, there's so many. And I guess I can just say Mrs. Sullivan, the English teacher, was one of my very favorites.
I've heard that name mentioned many times tonight, many times. Well, we're so happy that you came. We look forward to seeing you at the next reunion and hope that the two of you enjoy yourself. Mr. Hoke, or excuse me, sir, nice meeting you.
Thank you.
Okay, next one. We'll make this as painless as possible. Who is the West High grad? Oh, you stick your sticker on there. I think,
Mike.
Boy, have we ever changed since we had those pictures taken.
Yes, we have.
But you know what? You still have more hair than I do. Yeah. Okay, Mike, tell us who you are and what you've been doing.
Mike Lanning. I've been working at Boeing for the last 25 years. Karen and I just celebrated our 26th anniversary a short time ago.
Well, that's wonderful. You have children, grandchildren?
We have 4 children, 8 grandchildren, all around Wichita, close by.
Oh, that's wonderful. Do you have a favorite memory or a favorite teacher from West?
Not necessarily a favorite teacher. Mr. Small, I guess.
I've heard his name mentioned once or twice tonight. That's true. Well, we're so happy that you came. We look forward to having you at the next reunion, and we hope that you enjoy the evening. Mike, good to see you.
Thank you.
Next, we have... You've already been through here? Oh, okay. And you step right over here in front of the camera lens. There we go.
Which one?
Right there. You're fine. Okay.
You are? I'm Gordon Stowe.
And what have you been doing, Gordon, since you left West High?
A little bit of everything. I've worked in different industries and finally ended up in the awning business, and am currently the president of Wichita Awning Company.
You've been very busy. Do you have any?
Very busy, yes.
You have a wife, grandchildren, children?
Been married almost to be 38 years this August. We have 3 children and 5 grandchildren.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Do you have a favorite memory or a favorite teacher from West High?
Lots of good memories. One of my most favorite teachers was probably Mr. Bish. I think it was a study hall teacher that was very knowledgeable in mathematics and very helpful to a lot of the questions. Just a good roundabout guy.
I remember Mr. Bish myself. That's right. He was a very wonderful teacher. That's great. Well, we're so happy that you came. Okay. Look forward to seeing you at the next reunion.
Keep those stars letters coming.
You come. Come. We have to have, you guys are joined at the hip.
Okay.
Tell us who you are and what you have been doing since you left West High School.
Well, I'm Ron Furman. This is my wife, Norma. We met when I went off to school at Emporia State, which was KSTC then, and currently I'm a counselor at Emporia High School.
Well, that's wonderful. And you have children, grandchildren?
We have a son. He lives in Kansas City. His name is Rocky.
He lives in Kansas City? I see. And do you have a favorite memory or a favorite teacher from West High?
Oh, there's too many favorites, so you can't remember one or two.
No particular one that left a lasting impression on you?
I'd have to say the lasting and long-time impression, Coach Kriebel. And
Eddie?
Football programs. And then the feelings you have, like I've officiated for years, and watching West High win a state championship in wrestling was a lot of fun. And just a lot of great friends and a lot of fun.
I understand. Well, I'm so glad that the two of you came. I hope you enjoy the evening, and we want to see you at the next reunion.
Well, we hope we're around to be there.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Stand right here. And Nancy Gangloff. We all remember you. What have you been doing since you left West High?
Well, let's see. What have I been doing since I left West High? I've been in retail for 26 years. I'm divorced. I have 3 children. One is married, one is divorced, and I have a 14-year-old at home. And let's see, what else? I got 3 grandchildren. And that's about, I haven't done a lot of exciting things. I've lived in Wichita, and I'll probably die here.
Oh, my goodness. You look marvelous. In fact, Nancy, if the guys in this room were 20 years younger, you would be like a big bucket of KFC at a truck driver's picnic.
I don't know about that.
Well, I'm so happy that you came. We really are, and we hope that you have a wonderful evening. And do you have a special memory or a favorite teacher from West High?
Let me see. Yes, I liked Alice Jackson. I had a crush on him when I was in the sophomore year.
Is that right? Oh.
I like older men, but now that I'm older, I like them younger, so I'm dating a 40-year-old.
You go, girl. Well, we hope to see you at the next reunion.
I hope to be here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Step in here. Step in here.
Step in here.
Right here.
Step into my office.
Tell us who you are and what you have been doing since you left West High and who this guy here is.
My name is Nancy Murphy, bass singer. Since high school, I've done it all. This is my brother-in-law, Charles Summers, and we fish a lot.
You fish, that's good.
Yeah.
You know, you can't worry and fish at the same time.
No, we don't worry even if we don't fish.
Well, where are you living now?
I live here in Wichita on South Hydraulic.
Do you have any children, grandchildren?
I have them all. I've raised my boys. I've raised my sister's children after she passed. I've got my oldest son is a retired police officer. My youngest son works for the county health department. My youngest grandson is a police officer in Virginia Beach. Just goes on and on and on. And I take care of my grandchildren through the day.
Well, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. Well, do you have a favorite memory or a favorite teacher from West High?
I like Froggy, my biology teacher.
Froggy.
Mr. Householder.
D. Householder. I remember D. Householder very well. In fact, I had to sit by his desk for the entire year.
I thought it was great.
You were a bad boy.
I'll tell you off camera. We're so glad that you guys came. We really do, and we hope to see you at the next reunion.
Oh, absolutely, if I'm still alive.
We better be alive or you won't want us here.
You have a good evening now. Bye-bye. Right here. Tell us who you are and where you're from and what you've been doing since you left West High.
Well, I'm Jake Miller, and I got a degree as an engineer from University of Tulsa. Worked at Boeing for 15 years. I'm since retired from Boeing, and I'm now teaching high school chemistry and physics at Hutchinson, Kansas.
That is
apples.
That is a wonderful profession.
I'm part of that No Child Left Unbattered program.
That's wonderful. Well, you have grandchildren?
No, I have 2 children. A son, Wade, who's now in the Marines. He's been to Iraq and back and will redeploy in December. And he's going to I think he's going to make a career out of it and become an officer. My daughter, Brody, graduated from Kansas Newman on a soccer scholarship. She went there on a soccer scholarship, and she's now working in Dallas. been down there since about Christmas. And coincidentally, she's dating a Marine officer. And she didn't meet him via help from her brother. She just met him independently, and she'll be going to the Marine Corps ball for the second time in a year.
Oh, that's wonderful. Well, tell me, Jake, do you have a favorite teacher or a favorite memory from West High that you would share with us?
Well, I really enjoyed playing football for Coach Kriewel. And favorite teacher, we had some good ones, but I believe his first name was Peter Bartell in physics. I thought did an awfully good job, and the English department was awfully strong.